Good morning, day 119. Well, today the sun's out, the birds are singing, it's going to be 60 degrees, so maybe I can get outside for a little bit anyway. I still have lots of planting to do on the inside to get things ready for the outside. But looks like it's going to be a very nice day. So how's the weather in your neck of the woods? Oh, this has been a long month so far. March was even longer, but it's all good. So I have got to get my planting done in here because my house is just trashed. It looks terrible, and I have the family coming for Easter. So I have to get a move on it. Certain times of the year always come with an urgency. Like springtime, if you're into gardening, it's gardening or cleaning up the outside from the winter debris. If you're not into gardening, decorating your outside. Most people want to do some spring cleaning. And then in the winter, you have the holidays. You want your house to look nice for Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I think most seasons come with their sense of urgency. I think in the summertime, it's keeping your garden watered, whether you have plants or flowers or vegetables. I know some people that live in an apartment don't have that urgency, but you know, even the urgency of going outside and doing something fun. So anyway, I've got my work cut out for me. So I don't know. It's like, which projects do you pick first when they're all screaming at you? Anyway, I'll be back in a little while, and we'll see what's for breakfast, day 119. Hello. Today is also Tea Tuesday, so I'm going to make some tea. Now in the afternoon, I usually have a cup of tea. So you guys know, you're familiar with this little teapot and my mug warmer. They didn't come together, but I put them together and they're a perfect match. So I've been loving this Stash Wild Raspberry Hibiscus. It's caffeine free and it's really good. And this is my last tea bag, so I have to go get some more. I got that at Drug Mart, and I think it was on sale when I got it. So that's one tea, and then every day or so I make my iced tea. And this is the blend I use. I use lavender chamomile with probiotics that probably get killed as soon as I add the hot water. I don't know. Rosehip and hibiscus, mixed fruit, and strawberry hibiscus. I get this at Walmart. These I get at Mark's. And this I think they pretty much have everywhere because that's Bigelow. This is Tea Cane. This is Great Value brand. So I just stick it all in my iced tea thing, add hot water, and then I let it cool and I stick it in the fridge. I don't take the tea bags out, I just leave them in there. And then when it gets about halfway, I just add some cold water and it continues as a cold brew. So that's how I make my tea. So happy Tea Tuesday, my friends. Are you hanging out in Mama's chair? Here's my planting station. She likes to just hang out in my chair. She gets halfway up there. Okay, let's see what's for breakfast. So breakfast day 119. I'm just going to keep this simple today. I need to start eating my yogurt. I have a little bit of that. And I need to eat my grapes too, so I will have some of that. And tonight I might have that macaroni and cheese. Whoops, I don't know. It's okay. Did I scare you? I'm sorry. So, I know it's not something I eat often, but I think I'm just going to have cereal because I have this big thing of milk. So, I'm going to have a banana I need to eat. All right, well, I will meet you at the stove. I have a container of worm food here, so I'm going to add more banana to the worm food. I'll just chop this up a little bit. I have lettuce in here, some tea bags. I'll add some coffee grounds. So that's for my friends, and then I'm just going to have a bowl of cereal with a banana and some yogurt and grapes. All right, I'm trying an experiment. I'm making a microwave lemon cake. So we'll see how this turns out. Now I need to cook this for 2.5 minutes. If it's good, then I'll share the recipe with you. If it's not good, then I won't. So there's the cake, not cooked yet. But I also made a part of it into a mug cake because I wanted to try it. So we'll see how that turns out. It looks good. Here is what the mug cake turned out like. And this is a from scratch recipe. This morning when I went to use my soy milk, it had started to turn sour. So I did a little research and they said you can still use it for baking. So I had a lot of lemon zest and all sorts of things, so I tried making this cake. So let's see. It's very moist, but not so, it's not dense at all. So there it is. That's tasty. I would say it's successful. I also used half sugar in it. So my cake is done. Let me check it out. So the cake was not done yet. I'm giving it another 30 seconds. But the mug part is very good. It's not real sweet, but I used half sugar in it. You can make it as sweet as you want. So I sprinkled it with powdered sugar. And this is really good. The original recipe for the microwave cake came from Gemma Stafford at Bigger Boulder Baking, but hers was for a vanilla cake, and I had some lemon juice I wanted to use up and some other things, so this is what I made. Okay, so here's the layer cake. It looks good. I'm going to let it cool in here for a little bit. I greased the pan with some of the vegan butter. Now this cake is vegan. So Gemma Stafford's cake was not vegan. So I used the soy milk with this. And we'll see how it turns out after it cools a little bit. I need to back up a minute. This is not vegan, it's vegetarian because I used an egg. But if you wanted to make it vegan, you could use some aquafaba in it, and that should work just fine. So breakfast number 1 was a failure with the cereal and milk because the soy milk was sour. But I did try to make that cake with it. So this is breakfast number 2, the breakfast I actually ate. I didn't take you to the refrigerator today. I just pulled something out. I got this marble rye at Giant Eagle yesterday when I picked up my $5 produce box. If you haven't seen what I got, check out yesterday's video. I went to check on my mom and visit her, and we had a nice time, and I gave her half of it. So anyway, I just have some Gouda cheese that I bought at Aldi's during my last tiny haul, and I'm going to have a toasted cheese sandwich for brunch. So I love toasted cheese. Who doesn't, right? Actually, cheese isn't that good for you, but what are you going to do? In fact, I gave up cheese for a while, and I kind of have gotten back to it because I was eating vegan cheese, but the problem with the vegan cheese is a lot of it doesn't really have any or not much nourishment in it. So, you know, it doesn't have much protein or anything if you read the direction, or not the directions, the ingredients. There's not much in there, so oh, one of these days, maybe this fall and winter, when I don't have so much to do, I'll get more into cheese making and make my own version, something that has a little more nutrition in it. So I'm going to let this cook for a little bit. I'm going to have a little bit of yogurt, and that will be my brunch this morning, because I have to get outside. It's actually a beautiful day today. And tomorrow it's supposed to rain again. Go figure. So I do have to go outside and get some things done. And there goes the alarm again. Okay, so here is my brunch. Just some yogurt and grapes with cinnamon sugar and Gouda cheese, melted cheese. That's it, simple. So when you have a lot to do, you keep the cooking simple. All right, I'll be back later with day 119. Let's see what we have. Okay, I want to eat up this macaroni and cheese, and I'm tired. I dumped a bunch of dirt in the yard, and now I don't feel like cooking or doing anything else, so I'm just going to have that, but I'm going to doctor it up a little bit. So I will meet you at the stove. Tuesday dinner. Cheers. Whoa, steamed up the camera. Okay, I've got the macaroni and cheese from yesterday. And I've had this in my pantry for quite a while. It's fish-free tuna. And I also have this mushroom gravy mix. So I think I'm going to make some of this and put it in here along with half the tuna, because the other half I want to eat as a sandwich tomorrow. So let me read the directions on here. And this is, I guess it's Boo, B-O-U, gravy cubes, and this is mushroom. It's vegan. There's not a ton of mushrooms in here, and it doesn't make a whole big bunch of gravy, but half a cube is a serving size. So I think I'm only going to make half of a cube. And, well, let's see. Well, yep, half a cube. And it's like a bouillon cube. So we'll have that. And then I'll show you the tuna when I pour it out. But first I'm going to work on this gravy. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like. It's supposed to look like chunk tuna. That's what it looks like. And this is in water. So let me try a little piece. It tastes good, but it doesn't taste much like tuna. It's not very fishy at all. To me, tuna is fishier. So I'm going to take half of a cube, and a whole cube you mix with half a cup of water, but I don't want that much gravy. I just want enough to mix with the macaroni and cheese. So you mix the cube with a quarter cup of water, and you cook it until it starts to boil. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'll add some of this fish. So the serving size of this is 1 pouch. It's 90 calories, and it's 14 grams of protein. So that's not bad. So I'm cooking my gravy. I think I added too much water, but I'm just going to let it cook for a minute, because the macaroni and cheese is pretty thick, all the cheese soaked into the macaroni. So I'll let that cook a minute. It looks like tuna. It looks more like tuna than tastes more like tuna, but that's okay. I like to try these different vegan proteins, meats, and things like that. I think it's kind of fun. And some of them are really good, and some of them are just eh. This one is somewhere in between really good and eh. I think if you seasoned it with enough things that you would put in a tuna salad, it would be pretty tasty. But on its own, it's a little on the bland side. You can always add some dulse or other seaweed to it if you wanted to give it a fishier taste if you wanted that. This tea is really good. Yep, wild raspberry hibiscus. I'm going to get some more of that. Especially if you put raspberry syrup in it. Alright, I'm going to let this cook, and I'm just going to put everything together. I'm only going to use half of this, save the other half for a sandwich, and I'll be back when I get dinner done. Okay, so I heated up the macaroni and cheese, and I added some of the not tuna. And now I'm just going to add the mushroom mix. And it really makes a very tiny bit amount. This is what it looks like. And like I said, I added a little bit more water than what it called for. But this is nice if you want just a little bit of gravy, if you make mashed potatoes for one or something like that. And I imagine you could do the same thing with just a regular bouillon cube and some cornstarch. But this is what I have. This is what I'm going to use. And just mix it up. Now I don't know, this may need some other spice to it. I'm going to taste it. But it's like a quasi tuna casserole. And I didn't want to open a whole can of cream of mushroom soup. So this is good enough. Let me taste it. It's pretty good. Need some pepper. You could add some Tony Chachere's to it. That would be good. In fact, I think I might do that. You could also add a little bit of Old Bay, but I'm just going to add this. So that's my dinner for tonight, and I'm glad I had something quick to make because dumping those bags of dirt always makes me tired. So, and there weren't that many, and they weren't like 40 pounders. They were 20-pound bags. But still, you know, it's the old gray mare, ain't what she used to be. So let me taste this again. That perked it up. Okay. Well, I should have a salad with this, but I don't even feel like making a salad. I wanted to show you the cake that I made. Now, I showed you the little mug cake, and Rhoda Stone's making tons of mud cake. Not mud cakes, mug cakes. She might be making mud cakes too because she's been working in her backyard. I don't know. But, so I thought I would try this with that cake mix. The mug cake was really good. The layer of the cake, though, is pretty dense. I don't know if I didn't cook it long enough initially. They said like 2.5, 3 minutes. That's not even close. But let me show you the cake, and I am going to doctor it up. It's edible, so hang on. So this is how it turned out. It could be like a lemon pancake. But anyway, what I'm going to do is cut it in bars, and then I'm going to make a lemon glaze to just drizzle over it, lemon and powdered sugar. And I think that would be really good because the taste is good, and it's not mushy, but it's dense. All right, so that's how the cake turned out. Pretty much a fail, but I'll save it. Okay, I'm going to eat my dinner, and I'll be back. It's after dinner, and I'm just sitting here chilling, and while I was in my garage, I found some more tea. I found a twisted tea. And I guess this is sort of the equivalent of having a beer. I hate beer. I never drink beer. And this is, it's okay. So, but I was thirsty, and it's hard iced tea. So, this one happens to be peach, and they have raspberry and original, and I don't know what else they have. But this was left at my house from the last gathering we had. So, I took one for the team and got a twisted tea. It's okay, not my favorite, but a lot of people like it. I much prefer my raspberry tea, which I'm also having. So today was kind of a May, you know, that kind of May cooking day. Not the month May, but kind of a meh cooking day. It's like whatever I tried to cook wasn't epic, but it was edible, so I can't complain. But anyway, tomorrow's supposed to be, the weather's supposed to be yucky, so I won't be doing anything outside. And Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I'm going to have to clean up my mess here from planting all my starts. I'm almost done. Still a few more lettuces and things that I want to plant inside, just to start them. But boy, it sure makes a mess. I gotta figure out a better system. Either that or lock myself into a room where nobody goes besides me. Doing it in the kitchen, kind of, you know, probably not the best idea. But that's where I am, and that's where I'm going to stay until I'm all done. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Happy Tea Tuesday. Cheers. Have a good evening and a good day. I wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.